I built a rocket in my basement. I'm gonna fly it to the moon. This supersonic is amazing. You're gonna feel my sonic boom. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me.
It's the next thing. It was the first time. The first time for me I realized consciously that I manifested this inline skating. So this I have done 15 years ago, seeing me in the streets of Erlangen. At that time, I've never done it before. And then 5 years later, I was doing it. And now I'm doing it since 10 years. I must have done it hundreds of hours, hundreds of kilometers. And I love it. I love this. Because in the end, again, it's meditation. I'm in the flow. I'm gone. And sometimes, but not recently, not after the fast, especially, I was doing 2 hours. So I could go endlessly. So just the energy never stopped.
Here I am once again with the great Midhat. Midhat, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
The last time we were together recording a video here was, what, September?
October 809.
8 or 9, your time? So it's now been several months. You went home to Germany. You did your thing. You came back for our food festival, and we thought it might be a great idea to check in and see how you're doing. You completed a 40-day fast.
40 days.
You did the refeeding. You left here, I think, a changed man in many ways. Tell us about what's happened for you. Tell us about, with perspective, what you now see as the benefits of the process for you.
During the time of refeed,
Yeah.
you could also see it during the videos, it was really progressing day by day.
Yeah.
And still arriving in Frankfurt, I have a picture taken in front of the ICE train like this and fully thrilled. But then I realized, of course it's the food, but not only the food.
Yeah.
So it was the coldness in Germany,
Right.
no sun for 5 months, and
Right.
the radiation, all this. So I had really 6 tough weeks recovering and going back uphill. And after these 6 weeks, then it was, I would say, physical recovery. So I ended here the fast with, in pound it was 113 pound, in kilo 51.5. And now I am on 150 pound.
Oh, wow.
So
It's a big change.
It's a big change. I couldn't run anymore. So I used to be a runner. I could run 10 kilometers a day. Every Saturday I did a half marathon.
Right.
So I started October 19. Then after the 6 weeks period, running again. First day, 1 minute. Second day, 2 minutes. Third day, 3 minutes.
Yep.
And that I did for 60 days, and then I was at 1 hour, and ever since I ran 1 hour every day.
Fantastic.
So, and then I incorporated push-ups and things like that. So I would say in Germany the focus was really on, physical
Rebuilding
recovery.
your fitness, yeah.
Getting the fitness back. That.
And let me say, I mean, if for those people that maybe didn't see your earlier videos, in case anyone like that still exists, I doubt it. You didn't start like with a lot of excess weight. You weren't obese. You were at a healthy weight when you started. So fasting 40, in fact, you were relatively lean. Fasting 40 days is a big deal. I think you went into it understanding there was going to be some time to recover and rebuild the body.
Before coming here, I trusted the process, and there I trusted the process,
Right.
and well,
You always did. So, having had gone through that recovery period, now, how do you feel relative to before? You're running an hour a day. That's pretty good. You're feeling pretty strong.
I'm feeling pretty strong, but there is more to come. So
Sure.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excellent. I still love. I'm in the system. I'm still working for my company, but I love working for the company. I use more and more these spiritual abilities that we have. So I manifest a lot. So I'm living this spiritual being that I am. So I manifest where I want to go.
Yeah.
And I just let it happen. It's all happening. So the others are struggling and here and there, and me, I'm just sailing through. And and we don't have staff, and because we send engineers worldwide. And with me, there's a coincidence here, coincidence there, or I get an idea, but I know where it comes from. So I'm really living this spiritual being that I am. And I trust the senses of my body. This is also what your process taught me. So there were two tough things. One were cherry tomatoes, where I got edema, like hell.
Cherry tomatoes.
Yes, cherry tomato, be it conventional and organic. That was the problem at the beginning. And then I wrote to this organic guy, what are you doing? Do you put salt in the watering your tomatoes? And then he wrote me back, yes, we analyze the composition of the flesh, and that they all taste alike. We will dose individual minerals in the water. So then I stopped eating this cherry tomato, and the edema disappeared.
Wow, crazy.
And the next shocking thing was, even on the day I arrived here, I had using baking powder for brushing my teeth for 2 to 3 weeks, again, full of edema.
Yeah.
And I stopped it last Monday.
Right.
Was the last time. Again,
Right.
all gone. So
Right.
you get the direct feedback of the body. What you were teaching always, but this is the nice thing. You have to experience yourself.
Yeah,
To
that's
see it.
that's right. People who hear it believe it or don't believe it, but when you experience it, you know.
And it's just it's so nice. You can completely trust, and the body will say. And also here, the first few days, I start mixing the fruits. Since day 3, I'm almost back on the monomeal.
Right.
You feel it's just better.
And it's tough here.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
Yeah.
this is our fruit festival. We've just ended. Everyone's taking off, or has taken off already. You're one of the last people to leave today. But we had so much amazing stuff. I've had a hard time. What am I going to... If I can't eat I've eaten mono meals too most of the time, except for the salads. But it's difficult to choose. There's so many things. I haven't had any mangoes this week because we've had so many other amazing things. I love mangoes. Haven't had any caimitos. I love caimitos. It's just there's not enough meals for me to eat everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about that for just a second. So overall, let's come to that. But overall, anything else around the fasting process, the experience that you want to mention, maybe you didn't mention before?
Now you got me. Normally I have all for everything an answer. I cannot. This I've mentioned before. But I didn't plan to come here, so it's
right.
It was the right thing for me to do because it was calling me.
Right.
And it just confirmed it
Right.
all over again.
Okay.
So,
All right.
no,
So, let me just say this about that question. I mean, the last time we spoke, you raved about the process. It had obviously been very powerful for you. There were visible changes in you. There were physical changes in you. I think there were emotional changes that were probably the most significant. Is there anything that today you would say, well, no? Or would you say, yeah, absolutely, just as powerful as I said it was?
exactly like I said.
Okay.
It's
Okay, great. Yeah, fantastic.
not-
All right, so let's move on.
yeah.
How was this last week? How was the fruit festival? Enjoy yourself?
I loved it. Yeah. So In Germany, I needed to explore tropical fruits. So you can order, but they cost a fortune.
Yeah, of
So
course.
This I did over the last month, and I must have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
I was going to say you probably could have spent the same amounts if you stayed at home and ate what we ate here. As flying to Costa Rica and coming to the event and eating it here.
So, therefore I enjoyed it so much, because still the quality, eating it in the country where it grows is different.
It's amazing.
The support.
And that's, I mean, with very few exceptions. I'm not sure if we've made any exceptions, not on purpose. Every once in a while we'll get something, we'll order something and they'll send us something that was picked somewhere else. But almost every single thing we buy, my policy is only we buy from Costa Rica. And as much as possible, like this event, all organic. That's difficult to do all the time because we're not always buying this quantity. And because we have to have things shipped often long ways, because the providers are all over the place. It's difficult when we're not doing an event that's so focused. But was it just the food?
No. So with me, of course, it was the people, it was the volunteers, and the ladies in the end, because they carried me through, especially in the last few days.
Yeah,
that was.
It
was in the end there was soul bonding with the ladies. So we had such a special relationship, and so.
Well, we've talked about this before. We have an amazing staff.
Yeah.
There's no question. The people that work here, the volunteers that are here, the team, I think, really does an amazing job.
And of course also the environment. So I sat on my sofa where I must have spent plenty of hours, or today I was walking one more time through your property, because my memories are here. It was such a good time I had here, and I just absorbed as much as of these positive vibrations that I could, and take it along. So I'm curious how it is this time. I have one more week in Costa Rica before I fly back. And this I also wanted to experience, this shift, because going to Germany, it was the other direction.
Right.
Coming here, it was again.
Right.
So now this time I'm really curious. The advantage is now we have spring in Germany, so the sun is coming up.
Sure.
Thanks to the corona nonsense, the air is a lot cleaner.
Right.
The earth is healing, and so you feel, and with the earth and the environment healing, we are healing because we are part of the environment.
No question.
I'm really curious how it's this time.
I'm sure it's going to be better in many ways.
Yeah.
For all those reasons, and it's true. I mean, it would be wonderful if we could learn to respect and protect and take care of the environment without locking down the entire world and destroying the economy.
Yeah.
So many people have been hurt and have died as a result of all this nonsense. Not because of any friggin' virus, but because of the the crazy political nonsense. But anyway, I hope that you'll choose to come join us, because there's you can be around these amazing people all the time. And for me, I love Europe, and there's beautiful places, including Spain and Greece and Portugal, but there's nothing like the tropics. There's nothing like the tropics. So.
Yeah. But okay, also here I manifest more or less where I want to go.
Yeah.
If this is on my soul's agenda, I will show
make
up.
it happen.
If not, also fine.
Well, that's perfect. That's exactly as it should be. Beautiful. Midhat, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So great to have you with us again.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you. Take care.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again.
Bye.